Have you ever paused to wonder whether the person in your life is truly your soulmate or simply another chapter in your journey of lessons? True love is not measured by heart-fluttering excitement, grand gestures, or dramatic highs. It is measured by the way your body and mind settle into calm, secure alignment with another. Imagine waking up, meeting their eyes, and feeling a deep, quiet confidence instead of unease. That sensation is more than romance. It's the language of psychological resonance, a subtle signal that safety, trust, and emotional harmony exist between you. Many mistake the chaos of drama for depth, believing love must come with storms, high stakes, and relentless intensity. Yet when every glance, pause, or word triggers anxiety, the thrill is not love, it's trauma disguised as passion. Narcissistic dynamics often mimic intimacy with the push and pull of control, creating adrenaline while slowly eroding your sense of safety. Without that foundation, love becomes a battlefield rather than a sanctuary. True love reconnects you to the unguarded version of yourself, the one who existed before betrayal, taught you to build armor. Vulnerability, when met with respect, invites trust, presence, and liberation. Feminine energy craves this sanctuary, but many women, shaped by past invalidation, confuse conditional affection for intimacy. Endurance is not a measure of love. Genuine love is measured by the peace and safety it allows you to inhabit. Trauma recovery requires retraining your nervous system to recognize calm and stability as love, not boredom or stagnation. Picture a partner who listens with intent, speaks with integrity, and never weaponizes your feelings. At first, the stillness may feel almost unsettling because it breaks the patterns your past conditioned you to expect. Yet it is precisely in this steady, patient space that love flourishes. Emotional intimacy grows when you know your heart cannot be harmed for speaking your truth, allowing laughter, authenticity, and even constructive disagreements to thrive. Safety is not the absence of conflict, it is the assurance that conflict will not cost you connection. True love also magnifies who you are. When subtle pressures make you shrink, mute your ambitions, or temper your passions, the dynamic is toxic. Real love expands your world. A partner who delights in your individuality, champions your growth, and celebrates your achievements, even when unrelated to them, is offering something rare. Unconditional acceptance and secure attachment. Psychology shows that past betrayals may have conditioned you to equate authenticity with danger, but freedom within a relationship is not risk, it is liberation. A high-value woman understands that her worth is non-negotiable and her dreams are not too much. The partner threatened by her light has already revealed their limits. The one who honors her depth, autonomy, and unfiltered self gives her back to herself. In such a connection, love is no longer a game of survival or control. It is a sacred partnership where trust, freedom, and admiration coexist. It is in this delicate balance where safety meets desire, respect meets attraction, and individuality meets union that true love reveals its transformative power, allowing both partners to flourish fully. Think of couples who endure not out of fear, but out of shared growth. Their lives resemble two rivers running side by side, not merging into a single stream, but flowing stronger together because each retains its own source. This type of relationship is rare because it requires emotional safety on both sides. And safety is built on trust, not control. Without trust, individuality becomes a threat. You're too independent. You don't need me. With trust, individuality is celebrated. I love your strength. I admire your dreams. Your joy is my joy. Which of these resonates in your life? Feminine energy doesn't ask permission, it simply exists. Yet conditioning can make women wait for approval to fully live. True love shatters that illusion, affirming that you are not here to be small or silent, but to become your fullest self. A partner who understands this walks beside you, sometimes behind, cheering as you step into your power. Many mistake control for care, jealousy for devotion, or possessiveness for love. But fear masquerades as passion, and suffocation is not intimacy. Words alone are cheap, promises without follow through erode trust. Emotional bonding thrives in the quiet rhythm of reliability, not in grand declarations or dramatic gestures. Inconsistency creates craving, like a psychological addiction, feeding the nervous system's longing for reassurance while quietly eroding self-worth. Narcissistic dynamics exploit this gap between words and action, leaving women trapped in hope rather than healing. True love shows up consistently. Actions align with words. Over time, your nervous system relaxes and your feminine energy softens. Safety grows not from declarations, but from repeated, dependable choices. Love that nurtures allows individuality to flourish. It expands rather than constrains. Growth, however, must be mutual. If one partner evolves while the other clings to old patterns, distance silently widens, even in proximity. Nurtured feminine energy seeks expansion, creativity, strength, and softness in harmony. When met with resistance, however, it becomes vulnerable to suppression. Partners insecure in their own inadequacy may stifle growth, framing autonomy as arrogance or boundaries as rebellion. True love, by contrast, celebrates evolution. It honors freedom, fosters safety, and allows two individuals to grow together, flowing like rivers side by side, strong yet distinct. True love doesn't compete with your growth, it aligns with it. It's not about becoming mirror images of each other, but about moving in the same direction of expansion. Picture two trees planted side by side, their roots intertwined beneath the soil, yet each trunk stands distinct, reaching toward the same light. That is the essence of growing together, strong individually, nourished collectively. Yet growth exposes hidden fractures. When one partner begins healing, asserting self-worth, or setting boundaries, the other faces a choice: grow alongside or cling to familiar dysfunction. For the high-value woman, this is a pivotal crossroads. She can shrink to preserve comfort or continue evolving, even if it means outgrowing someone who cannot rise with her. Growth reveals character. When she shares insights from therapy or self-reflection, does her partner respond with curiosity or irritation? When boundaries are honored, are they respected or punished? True love adapts. It embraces the evolving self, rather than clinging to who you once were. Many remain trapped in relationships where growth is impossible, believing the cost of leaving exceeds the cost of remaining small. Yet dimming your light is never noble. It is slow self-erasure. Love that resists expansion is not love. It is possession disguised as intimacy. Communication is another litmus test. After arguments, silence can feel suffocating, replaying every word in sharp tone. Words can heal or harm. Narcissistic dynamics weaponize speech and silence alike. Arguments become control, not resolution. Psychological triggers amplify every misstep. Raised voices may echo childhood instability. Silent treatments awaken abandonment wounds. In contrast, a partner who listens deeply, validates feelings, and seeks understanding transforms conflict into intimacy. The high-value woman learns that her voice is a compass, not a liability. She experiments, sharing her heart and observing how it is received. Dismissal signals misalignment. Respect nurtures connection. Boundaries are equally revealing. A simple no tests whether love is unconditional or conditional on compliance. Healthy partners respond with curiosity and care. Toxic ones react with withdrawal, anger, or manipulation. Boundaries are not walls, they are gates, creating space for trust and authentic connection. Without them, swallowed discomfort slowly poisons emotional safety. Ultimately, true love is measured not by avoidance of conflict or adherence to old patterns, but by alignment with growth, respect for individuality, and the safety to speak, evolve, and expand. Where these elements exist, relationships flourish. Where they do not, distance creeps in, even in proximity. Growth, communication, and boundaries are the foundation on which love either strengthens or quietly erodes. Relationship healing begins with the courage to reclaim your right to boundaries. True love does not merely tolerate them, it honors them, even when it is inconvenient. A partner who respects your no understands that limits preserve, rather than diminish your feminine energy. Saying, "This is where I end and you begin," is not rejection. It is an invitation to love without coercion, without erasing individuality. Yet many confuse control with passion. Jealousy, possessiveness, or dismissal is often mistaken for devotion, while in reality, it is fear disguised as intensity. Trauma bonds amplify this confusion, making manipulation feel familiar and respect feel suspicious. Your body, however, always signals the truth. It tenses around coercion. It softens in the presence of respect. Emotional bonding cannot thrive in a cage. The high-value woman sees boundaries as a filter through which true love passes. A partner who recoils from limits reveals entitlement, not devotion. Every time she upholds her boundaries, her confidence grows. Her feminine energy radiates more brightly because it is no longer sapped by constant negotiation. Imagine a partner who responds to no with calm acceptance, curiosity, and adjustment. With each respectful response, trust builds, and the nervous system learns that love can be safe. This is trauma recovery lived through relationship practice, steady, consistent, unflashy acts of respect. Yet initial safety can feel unfamiliar. After years of dismissal or control, trust may trigger suspicion. Healing deepens when a woman allows herself to believe love and freedom can coexist, that individuality does not need to be traded for connection. Disrespect often starts subtly. A dismissive tone, a mocking joke, a minimization of your feelings. Over time, these small acts fracture emotional safety, rewiring your nervous system to associate self-expression with danger. Silence replaces voice, radiance dims, feminine energy withers. Narcissistic dynamics exploit this erosion, rewriting reality to maintain control. The opposite is profound. A partner who listens, pauses, and honors your vulnerability, even in disagreement, transforms communication into intimacy. Respect is not agreement, it is recognition of autonomy and dignity. Where respect exists, love expands. Where it is absent, love contracts into possession. Finally, growth reveals alignment. Like two trees planted side by side, true love flourishes when both expand, roots intertwined, branches reaching toward the light. If one grows while the other resists, suffocation replaces companionship. True love does not demand shrinking, it requires shared expansion, honoring each partner's journey while nurturing a bond that grows stronger together. Feminine energy finds its deepest test in the journey of growth. A woman stepping into her high-value self does not apologize for her healing, her voice, or her evolving strength. Yet, in narcissistic dynamics, growth is often punished. Every step toward wholeness threatens control and manipulation through mockery, guilt, or subtle sabotage aims to clip wings before they can soar. Trauma recovery in such environments becomes nearly impossible because rising while someone resists it is a constant battle. Contrast this with a partner who leans into your evolution. When you share breakthroughs, set new boundaries, or embrace clarity, their pride shines not because your growth flatters them, but because they want you free. Emotional safety exists when your becoming is celebrated, not punished. True love does not fear tension. It leans into it, recognizing that your strength invites shared expansion rather than competition. The uncomfortable truth is that many relationships quietly discourage growth. Fear often masquerades as concern, subtle questions or comments meant to keep you within comfort zones that no longer serve you. Many women sacrifice their evolution for companionship, extinguishing the very fire that makes them radiant. The high-value woman asks, not, "Does he love me?" but, "Does he grow with me?" This question separates relationships that nurture expansion from those that suffocate it. Growth is rarely graceful. It is messy, disruptive, and requires facing shadows and old wounds. Not everyone can witness this process without retreating. The true measure of love is whether both partners can withstand and embrace transformation together. If one rises while the other resists, suffocation follows. Yet even in loss, there is clarity. Sometimes the person you thought was your forever was only meant to be the soil from which you learned to grow. True love is not just found, it is recognized, received, and nurtured, and that journey begins within, with the courage to honor your own growth above all else.